Ninjago Season 13 Episode Ranking.
Hi, it's Bricks on Bricks here for another video, and today, as you can see, I will be ranking all of the episodes of Ninjago Season 13 with this tier list you see right here. And without further ado, let's get into it. So the first episode is Shintaro, and when I first watched this episode, I probably would have put it in good. But I recently did rewatch the entire Ninjago series, and when I watched Season 13, and I got to this episode, I hated this episode. In fact, I think it's bad. It's maybe a 5 out of 10 for the overall rating. It really isn't all too good, so yeah, bad. Into the Dark. Can't go wrong with this one. Great episode. Really like everything it sets up for the season. You can't really go wrong with it. I love Cole in this episode. We learn more about Vanya. So a little bit of the dialogue between Cole and Vanya may feel childish at times. So that's probably my only con with the episode, but everything else, like introducing the plot for the season, is done really well. Next up, we have The Worst Rescue Ever. This episode's fine. I mean, maybe good or fine. I think I'll put this episode in fine, only because this episode just felt really childish to me a whole lot. The monks and geckos are really annoying to me throughout the season. I like Cole, though. He is pretty cool. But, overall, there's not much with this episode that was really going on. The ninjas, go try to rescue Cole, but they fell and they all get captured. It's pretty much the episode. The Two Blades. This episode's pretty darn good. I like it, but the monks and geckos are really annoying to me, and they kind of make the episode not quite as good. And, there's some really good parts of this episode. But I just didn't like the monks and geckos again, so that causes me just to put the episode in good and not great or amazing. Queen of the Monks, bad. I like Jay, he's my favorite ninja, as you would have seen from my Ranking Ninja video. But, this episode really, I don't like Jay at all. It's just kind of strange how he kind of doesn't immediately want to defend Nia. Because that in Skybound, that's what he did. He defended Nia. But here he just doesn't even care that some other lady wants to marry him and stuff. It doesn't make sense. And then also, this episode just has so much childish dialogue. I just don't like it. Trial by Mino, fine. Yeah, just a fine episode for me. Some weird dialogue, but really, the geckos are just annoying once again. And overall, the Trial by Mino is just a short section of the episode, and everything else I just really don't like all that much. So yeah, for me, this is just a fine episode. The Skull Sorcerer. Good. Definitely I like the Skull Sorcerer reveal. It was really well done, but this episode for me is just average. I will put it above the Two Blades, but this episode really isn't great or amazing. Just good, because, really we just have a monster fight in the first half, and in the second half we have the Skull Sorcerer reveal. If the episode was just the Skull Sorcerer reveal, I probably would put it in amazing, but, that first half just kind of makes the episode lower for me, so yeah, just good. Next up, we have The Real Fall. Yeah, this episode just weird. Lots of dumb humor and stuff, so really, I'm just going to put it in fine. Nothing too special. When I first watched this episode, I loved it. Next, I've watched this episode 3 times. The second time I watched it, not the best thing. The third time I watched it, I just thought it was, fine. I may even put it in bad, because it's definitely the worst of the fine episodes and the closest to bad, but I think I'll leave it where it is. Dungeon Party, bad. Oh, sorry. The other anime episode that was in the Ice chapter, I did not give such a bad rating. But this episode just feels so dumb. The journey isn't even focused on. And Corgran is so annoying. Overall, yeah, this is just a bad episode for me. Dungeon Crawl. This episode has a nice flashback. Really, everything else isn't all too good. I don't like the Upply. I like Plundar, but all the other ones not so good to me. So yeah, just fine for me. Next up we have Griefbringer. Yeah, this episode, great. Love everything that's going on with the ninjas in this episode having to escape Griefbringer. I really like all the, the action with Griefbringer. Honestly, no. This is my first amazing episode of the season. I love this episode. Definitely the best one so far. Masters Never Quit. Okay episode. I think I'll put it in good. This episode just feels like Wu was a bit dumbed down in this season, and this episode kind of shows it. I do like what's going on with Cole finding out more about his mother and stuff, but Really, everything besides that, not so good to me. The Darkest Hour, amazing. Like, you can't go wrong with this episode. Oh man, I love the scene where the ninjas are like, "You shall not be granted permission to traverse beyond this point." That was such an hilarious scene, and that's probably one of Zane's best Wild Brain moments. Next up, we have The Ascent. Yeah, this episode's kind of boring to me. I'll just put it in fine. I probably think maybe, yeah. Yeah, I'll put it right there. It's kind of just boring. There's not much to the episode. All it's about is the ninjas and the Upply getting back up, or Cole, Vanya, Wu, and the Upply getting back up to the Shintaro Palace for the final battle. So yeah, nothing too great about this episode. The Upply strikes back. The first parts of the finale, the final battle between Cole and the Skull Sorcerer begins. The Upplys free the ninja. Can't go wrong with this. Man, amazing episode. We also have the Son of Lily. Also an amazing episode. Overall, yeah, this is just a great two-part finale. Really emotional at the end of this episode, The Son of Lily. Both of these are my top 20 episodes. I really enjoy these episodes. So yeah. And yeah, that pretty much does it for my tier list of all of the episodes of Ninjago Season 13 Master of the Mountain. So yeah, stay tuned for my Season 14 and 15 tier list coming soon. So yeah, bye.